Oh, there goes the dogs. I am here to explain to you about my experience with an earthquake. So let's flash back. I am a junior in college. I am sitting on my bed in my dorm room, which was on the 10th story. So I just want you to keep that in mind, on the 10th floor of this building. Go Whitehall. Woo woo. And I am studying or reading, taking notes, doing homework. I don't really remember what I was doing on that front. I just remember I was sitting on my bed and all of a sudden my bed just starts shaking. So here it is just like moving and I'm like, what is happening? I look over and I see the blinds on the window are just going back and forth like super fast. The closet that me and my roommate had sliding doors, and so those doors were also moving. And so my initial reaction is like, oh, the building's falling, and I'm on the 10th floor. This is great. Because that's what everyone's reaction is, right? When everything starts shaking, oh, the building's going to fall. And so here I am. And I'm like, okay, this ain't good. So I decided, I'm like, I'm going to go out in the hallway because that's what you do if the building's falling, apparently. And so I go out in the hallway and apparently that's what everybody on the hall that was in there decided to do too, because we were all like, what do we do? Thankfully, one of the girls in the hall, she actually was studying earthquakes and everything. And so she actually was like, oh, it's fine. It's an earthquake. She was super nonchalant about it. She was just like, oh, it's fine. And so I think because she was so okay with it, I was like, oh, it's fine. We're good. It's just an earthquake. No biggie. And so we actually all waited out in the hallway for it. And she was just talking about how like her family was feeling it as well. And how it was all the way up the East Coast. Like there's a fault line. Who knew that there was a fault line that went through North Carolina? I didn't until then. So fun facts for you. And so your normal reaction to like, oh, this is an earthquake should be like, go shelter your head, like get under something that can protect you. That's not what we did. We just kind of waited in the hallway. It was super quick. I'd say probably a minute or so. I don't really remember. Time was kind of like irrelevant at that point. But we were okay after that. And then that was like the talk of the town. Everyone was talking about the earthquake. So it was very interesting. It's not something that you experience a lot in North Carolina, so it's not something that I was super aware of prior to it happening. So it was kind of interesting. And so it was just one of those things where now I feel like if I feel anything shaking, I'm now going to be like, oh, it's an earthquake, and watch it be the building falling. Life.